crafty people, this is Ellen with EGI Designs. Today I'm going to be making some Mother's Day cards, and I'm going to use the Simple Stories, the Simple Vintage Meadow Flowers, and this is the Collector's Essentials Kit, and it comes with a ton of stuff. You get the 12 sheets of paper, a page of cardstock stickers, the Simple Pages page pieces, which are little die cuts. You get the chipboard stickers, and you get another pack of the floral bits and pieces of like little die cuts also. Here is the sticker sheet, which is just gorgeous. Look at these butterflies and the florals. And the papers are so pretty. A lot of really cool, like, vintagey. There's a lot of tag cutouts. The florals are awesome on this collection. So we have all that. These are the chipboard stickers. So pretty. And then here we have the floral bits and the page pieces. So you can use these for like die cuts on the front, or if you're doing a like a scrapbook layout. And then this wasn't part of the kit. This was an add-on. This is the decorative brads, and I just love these like resin enameled pieces. So that is what I picked up for this. I picked out 4 papers that I thought that went together pretty well. I have a lot of cards to make. For Mother's Day, I make for you know, all the women in my immediate family, but then I also really like to send cards to my friends that are mothers, because I think it's nice to, you know, bring a smile on their face and let them know you're doing an awesome job, because it is a very difficult job sometimes. So I like to uplift them too. So I need to make 12 cards. So I will go through today and I will make 4 with you. So you can see the process. I'm going to be doing the stack, cut, shuffle technique to help me out with this project. But I'm going to do it the rectangles way. And then I'm going to put a focal piece here. I will put all the measurements in the description and over on my blog. And I will list everything there that I used today as well. I do have affiliate links. I highly recommend you to use whatever it is you have, but if anything I used today piques your interest, that will be listed there. Let me get this cut down. I need to cut down this piece to 3 3/4 by 5. So let me get that taken care of and I'll be right back. Alright, I got all of my card packets made up. So basically I have 3 sets, since each set will make 4 cards. I have the card base. This is Neenah Desert Storm, and I thought that went really well with this is the Altenew Andromeda, and it was a really nice compliment to these papers. And then I have for the inside, these are 3 3/4 by 5, and that is the Spellbinders Cream. So I have my 3 little sets here, and I thought I would just go through one of the sets with you and show you how to build this. I think this is the one I wanted. Yeah. Okay. So we have our inside cards, we have the pieces of patterned paper, we have our card bases, and we have the mats. So we need the mats and the papers. So we're going to be actually cutting these into 4 pieces, and we want to cut them all together at the same time so that they are equal. I'm going to tape them together with some Post-it tape, which should help. Maybe one on the bottom. Alright, so we're cutting through 4 sheets of scrapbook paper, and this scrapbook paper is pretty sturdy. So you want a trimmer that can go through all of those. The Tim Holtz, this is the precision one, this is a blade. And then I also have the one that's the rotary one, and that one would also be really good for this. So let's see if we can get through here. Alright, our first measurement is we are going to cut at 1 1/4. And we almost made it. Almost. It's 1 layer too many. I'm just afraid I don't want to like cut the other pieces again on accident. I'll take them out. I think I'm going to do it separate, actually. So much for saving time, huh? That's alright. Okay. I'm gonna grab my rotary and see if that will work a little better. Alright, never mind. I think it is all the way downstairs, so we will continue on. Alright, so this, we have this strip and it's 1 1/4 inches. And then we want to cut this at 3 1/4. Whoop. Alright, there we go. We got it. Okay. And you want to keep these stacked together and with their counterpart. Like that. Alright, so this one, we are going to cut this at 2 1/4. Yep, 1 layer too many. Okay. And here is the trick. So we're going to make our little packets. All right. So when you're doing a stack cut shuffle, what you want to do is pick one to be your first pile. So this one is our first pile. I'm going to keep this how this is. The second pile, you're going to put the first one and put it behind. The third pile, you're going to go 1, 2. Okay. And then the fourth pile, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So now you can see by doing that, we have one of each pattern paper facing up. So you know that you are good to go. So then when we make the little packets, we take one from each pile to make our little packet. So you just kind of keep going around. And you just want to double check your work that you have one of each on each page. Okay. So once you have all those, you can kind of make little stacks. And now it is time to glue. So what I'm going to do is I'll glue the first one and then do all the other ones and then come back to you so you don't have to watch me do the same thing over and over. Alright, so this long one, I'm actually going to do these with a tiny border around the edge and make a space in between. Like I'm not going to stick them all together right in them where they would all meet. So you just want to make sure you're even. And then you have an even border. And if you have a direction, make sure you follow that. I have a hairy piece. A direction and a hairy piece. Alright, so this one, I want to give an even border, but you also want to look at the one on top to make sure that it lines up with that one as well. Okay. So like I said, I'm leaving a space in between. On a lot of the other videos that I have of the stack, cut, shuffle, I'll join them in the middle. But I wanted to kind of get that, it looks like it's matted without having to put more mats on. All right, first one done. I'm going to go through the rest in the collection and then I will be right back. All right, so we have those all set, and let me show you how those turned out. I love the vintage feel on these. They look so pretty. Okay, so then what I want to do is I had gone ahead and I cut, this is out of the Spellbinders Cream, and I had done 3 sets. And so this is like the cutest little like label postage, whatever. This is from LDRS, and this is the mixed postage rectangle dies. And I thought this would go perfectly with this. What I want to do is stamp on here this Hello Beautiful, and this is from the Mother's Day sentiments from Papertrey ink. And then I thought this was so cute. So then we can do this, and it will be the Hello Beautiful. And then we can use one of the ephemera or die cut or the stickers over here. So that will be cute. But let me just show you really quick how I would go about mass producing these. So since I already cut these, you can just put one in and put your sentiment on here and line it up. And I grabbed the Altenew Midnight Violet because I think that that matched the best with that. So once we have one of these placed, we know that they're all going to be in the same spot. So this is a really easy way to mass produce your sentiments and things. Right, so now we have this. I love the way that looks, the scripty. But then we can just put in the next one. It's in the exact same spot, and we know that it fits there. Okay, so I'm going to run through and stamp these. I'll be right back. All right, I forgot where we are. I had to go pick up my kids, and then I came back and I was like, I don't know where we are. But anyway, here's where we are. I went through and I had done repeat stamping for my inserts with the Happy Mother's Day. And I want to put on some of these rub-ons on here to go with that. So we had cut these out, and then I had stamped on all of them. So we need to put these together. And so I picked out some flowers from the floral bits. These are really sweet. So I kind of picked out ones that I thought matched pretty well with this. So we can just get these put together. Some of them I think I'm going to glue. Some of them I'm going to put like a foam square behind. I just want to jazz up the front a little bit. My cat is snoring again. Like this one I think I'm gonna pop up on this side of it so it'll be even with that. Since that's such a large area, we can get the big mama foam tape. So I'm just gonna flip this over so I know where, because I only need it from that over. So then it will be even with the flower. My neighbor is listening to, he's outside doing work and he's listening to some music very loud, so if you can hear that, I'm sorry about that. And my dogs are barking. I think it's such the soundtrack of my house. Cat snoring. Real life, real life. Alright. How pretty is that? I love it. Alright, one done. So like this one, because I was going to put this on the top. This one will need to have a foam square behind the flower. So we'll just get a little one for the top. I love these thin ones. I don't like a huge loft, but I want a little bit anyway. And then I'm just going to put glue on the bottom. It looks so sweet. Put these over here. See if maybe I can get a block to hold that down. So this one's a little bit bigger. Just trying to figure out how to make this work because I really like this flower. I think if I go like that. Yeah, maybe like that. All right. All right, so on the top flowers here, I guess I should probably use this. Let's see. Alright, so we need a big one over on this flower. And a little one on the top. And one on the bottom. I think will be good. Got these new purple blingy blingies. This is the lilac embellishments from Simon Says Stamp. But I do not know if these would be too much for this. You can see. I kind of like just how vintagey and soft it looks. Oh, and it had like 3 together. That's funny. I think I like that. Give it a shot. Got the shaky hands today. They do not want to do. Oh, I think that looks so pretty. Those are so shiny. Alright, I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to go through and put on the other card fronts, and then we can put the card together. And actually we still need to put on the rub-ons. Alright, let me do this first. I'll be back. Alright, so we got those all glued up, and now we are going to do the rub-ons. And I did the other 3, so that's what they look like. So basically you just cut out what one you want, and there is the rub-on piece, and then there's like a backer, and you leave it together and then cut it out. So when you peel this off, this is going to be sticky, so be careful where you want it. So you find the right place and you put it down, and then you're going to use something to rub this. So you can use, there's a popsicle stick that comes with it, you can use bone folder, you can use, I like to use this Trinity Stamps ergonomic tool, and you just burnish that on. with whatever your tool of choice is. And then the cool thing is that you can, if you peel it and you go slow and you see that you missed a spot, you can just go right back over it and it'll fill it in. Okay, so then I like to use the paper that was behind it, and there's a shiny side and like a plain side, and I use on the shiny side and I just kind of burnish around the edges to make sure everything is stuck down and there's no little like edges sticking up or anything like that. Alright, so let's finally build a card. Okay, so we have our beautiful card front, and I just want to show you how the other ones turned out. So pretty, and it's so easy to make so many cards in such a short amount of time. Alright, so this one I'm just gonna use my tape runner. Ooh, which just ran out. That was good timing. Alright, we'll get this on here. Try to get it centered up. As long as you don't push it down, you can readjust. There we go. Okay, and then for the inside, I'm going to put this in with temporary adhesive. I'll come back and sign it and then put it back in there. I like to do that because I always mess up when I'm writing. So there we go. We have our beautiful cut stock shuffle Mother's Day card edition, and I will put the rest of these together and get all the other ones done. But it's so easy to create these, and especially with the card kit, the Simple Vintage, or any other card kit or pattern paper, whatever you have, it makes it a lot easier because then you can just use the die cuts that match, everything goes together. And it makes it very easy when you need to do a bunch of them all at once. Alright, I believe that is it. Come join me over on my new blog. That's at egidesigns.com. I also have a Facebook, and I post cards, videos, and any crafty sales that I come across over there, so it's a good resource to you. And if you found value in today's video, I would love to have you as a subscriber. If you could hit that button, it really helps out my channel. Alright, that is it. Until next time, like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and have a great day. Bye-bye. Here are a couple more videos I thought you might like. Thanks so much for watching.